but we should upgrade ourselves to get a proper intro. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Oh, good
Good morning,
afternoon.
good afternoon, good evening.
Yes, let me do
Hi.
my
Hi.
bring up our faces and hello, hi everyone. How's it going? We are here
Tell
again.
anyone that we were here?
Hmm.
Did we tell anyone that we were here?
Well, I'm about to tweet about it, but before I do, I want to start you talking about what you were talking about a minute ago before we started, which is there's a new expansion out for Final Fantasy XIV, and Gemma has some
Oh,
comments,
hello.
some
Gemma
notes.
managed to knock out her power cable.
Oh God, Gemma's still
Hello?
here. You're here.
Oh, God.
I can hear you. Can you hear
All
me?
went wrong already.
Oh no.
How did it do that?
Dude. Oh God. Well, she is not here until she comes back. What should bring her back? Come back,
That was
Gemma.
totally my fault. I knocked out my power cable.
That was entirely your fault. But we were talking about Final Fantasy XIV. You had some thoughts, and you're going to tell your thoughts while I tweet about the stream.
Oh, okay. So, I got Stormblood. Okay, I've got several thoughts, actually. So, let me... Oh, okay. So, let me start off with the fact that I had to buy it in a case with a disc.
You did?
Well, because it's cheaper than buying it on the store, right? Which makes 0 sense. Like, they have to have a warehouse for this, and they have to pay someone to deliver it to my door, right?
Right.
It makes no sense. And they've got to produce this. I mean, it's not that pretty, to be honest. They could have done better with the cover art. But anyway, they still had to make this. Like this took maybe like a week of, design and checking and stuff. And then all this plastic, right? So, I had to buy this. I put the disc into my machine thinking that, yes, my PlayStation will just install the new expansion and I'll just be ready to play. No. Gemma was horribly wrong.
No.
Actually, I had to spend an hour downloading the bloody thing. So what was the point of the disc? Like, literally, what is on that disc?
I bet
Is
there's
it just...
some stuff on the disc, and then there's other stuff you download.
I suspect the only thing on the disc is to validate this code, which is what I was actually supposed to do.
But
to go
you
onto
don't
the
need the
PlayStation
disc
Store.
to validate the code.
I don't understand. So I had to go onto the PlayStation Store and insert this promotion code. I'd like to point out it's not a bloody promotion. I paid for it. This is just a download code. Like, don't screw with me, Squeenix. So then I have to do that, and I have to wait there for an hour whilst it downloads, which, I mean, I know that's what we have to do nowadays with our new games. No longer can we put them in and excitedly play them immediately. We have to wait for like a million patches.
Oh, well,
But,
I mean, some of us have really fast internet, so it takes like 10 minutes, but...
Right, okay, it didn't actually take an hour in the end. It warned me in that. But still, it doesn't matter. It was just annoying. That's not the point. And I did notice that actually they must have gone to lot check again because they did actually have just one new Final Fantasy download, which was much better than having to watch it download itself and then...
Oh, and then be like a patching and then starting the next download.
Patch for the last 2 years, I did
so
enjoy
awful.
watching that for a while.
So awful.
It did prompt me to delete Elder Scrolls from my PlayStation 4, which
Just
is...
because it didn't like it?
It takes 80 gigabytes.
Holy crap.
For one of the worst games ever designed ever. I've tried playing it and I lost the... Anyway.
It's Skyrim? I'm assuming it's Skyrim.
My Elder Scrolls rant is a totally different rant. That's a horrible rant.
It is.
Anyway.
Shiny Laser has identified this as the Gemma rant hour, so we're gonna have to go. You got like 55, 56 minutes to go on this, so keep going. Just roll with it. Let your hate flow.
Right, okay, let me finish my rant. So then I load it up, and of course, like, as with every bloody expansion, they've moved everything, and, like, all the stuff that I knew and loved are now in different places. So I just have to spend half an hour getting my menu set up back to the way I wanted it in the first place. Like, there should be a button that just says to default to what it was before, so you can slowly move over.
Well,
Don't just throw me into the new interface. I don't want it.
No, I'll speak in their defense a little bit. They did do a huge overhaul of the combat in this, so they like removed a third of the abilities in the game. So there definitely was. There's no way to fix that.
I noticed that. I noticed they removed a lot of my spells. So now my little hotbar thinger looking a little bit sad and empty. But they didn't just remove them. No, they just replaced them with other spells, which makes no sense.
No.
And then,
I'm very pro those changes.
Okay, that's fine, but what I'm saying is they're good changes, but I wanted to have a moment where I could be back in the old one whilst I got used to what they were doing, if you see what I mean?
Yeah, the transition, it's hard to do. They just did it in a pure cutover of like, you logged in today, hello, everything's different.
Exactly. It's like waking up and finding out the sky is a different colour.
Or you're a cockroach. Someone should write a book about that, about waking up and finding that you're.
Ah, that's a good plot
It's
idea. Well done, you.
a good idea. A good idea.
And then I
Um,
talked to an NPC to pick up my quest, and the
Hello.
text, I kid you not, the font size is like size 10. And I'm playing on my PlayStation, and my TV's like, it's not even that far. I mean, you've seen my apartment. My TV's only like maybe I don't know. Do you use yards in America?
yes, we do.
It's about 3 yards. Let's say it's about 3 yards away from my sofa.
Okay.
So, and if I'm sat on the floor, it's
Wait,
like 2
3
yards.
That's like 10, 10 feet. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, right? So, but I can't see it. I can't see the text size. And there is a fix. Like, you have to, get the virtual mouse, and then you have to right-click on the NPC window to make it bigger. But you have to do that every time you log in.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? Because they're crazy. They're literally crazy. Well, and as I said to you, and I said to some people on Discord, it's because they're battery farming their testers, so their screens are like this far away from their noses. They're like, oh, size 10 font looks fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's it. That they're not like putting them in normal living room scenarios and being like, oh, hey, that font's a little small for a living room. They're just like putting it on a monitor. They're probably using the same monitors they use for the PC testing. They put it like right in front of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
no.
then they're like, oh,
They
this
used
looks
to
good.
do that. They used to do that in Nintendo. They just used to use their PC monitors and play, and then we'd get all these complaints that you couldn't see this if you were playing in a normal sized house. And I was like, are you surprised? Like, you can't have your
Normal-sized house.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Especially, it's even more ridiculous. Like, I understand. Like, I don't know how many people play on the Windows version of Final Fantasy. I presume the Windows version. I presume a lot of people are playing on the Windows version, which means it wouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous at Nintendo because you were like, no one is playing on a PC. Everyone is playing as a TV.
Literally
console.
everyone has this on their console, on their TV. Yeah.
So, I'm quite annoyed actually.
Oh. But I'm actually, I don't know, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 about it. Oh, what is that face?
Well, you know what? I still just don't like it as much as WoW.
Oh, now that's harsh. That's a harsh indictment.
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I'm not sure if it's just because like WoW was my first MMO, and that was why, or like WoW just seemed a bit more out of control. Like, this is very polished, and very clean, and very nice, and very controlled.
Well, it's very Japanese, right?
Yeah, and I guess I liked the, and like I felt like you don't really get. Wow, I'm gonna sound like a real loser right now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get much RP and stuff on Final Fantasy, or I don't feel you do. Whereas on WoW, like, there seemed to be a lot of RP going on,
You know what my opinion is on that, actually? I feel like it's a difference in, like, the locus. So, I use that word, locus. It's a great word. I feel like in a WoW-type environment, it's going to be actually very similar to some of the older EverQuest types environment, where, like, the story, there's not like a heavy storyline. Like, FF14 has this very heavy storyline that runs through the world. So you know what the story of the FF14 world is. You're in it and you know it. But there's not much room for you to like embellish and make up your own stuff because there's this strong story you're kind of like clustered around.
But I always thought there was a story in WoW as well. Like,
really? Does anyone read quest text? Because I think everyone just clicks on through and ignores it. But that does give you.
When Cataclysm happened, that was hilarious. That quest text was bloody amazing. No, I think there's plenty of people who care about the canon of WoW.
No, but what I'm saying is, even if a third of the people do, 2/3 of the people never gave a crap and just clicked through the quest text. But that means that there's a lot more open-endedness to what you could do with role-playing. You can make up a lot of stuff because there's not this really structured story. I click through the quest text in
Final Fantasy because it's rubbish. If I have to see that silly tart in Waking Sands or whatever it is one more time.
For like 2 expansions. Be nice.
And two expansions too many. And then she's like, we've got to get ready for war. And I'm like, put on some clothes, woman. Please. No, you're there standing around in a bikini going, I'm ready to fight.
Armor. All right. We can discuss the relative merits later. I think we've given ourselves enough intro time for friendos to start rolling in.
Yeah, okay. But Thomas joined.
How many? A few. Actually, not that many people. Not that. It's a light afternoon for us.
Well, because we didn't stream last week, did we?
We didn't. We were sick last week. The royal we were sick last week.
I wasn't sick. I was in Marseille playing mahjong.
I was in Marseille. I get to go to French and play mahjong with French people.
Yeah, they were really nice, actually.
How was the tournament? Tell us. Let's talk some mahjong stuff. How was that tournament? Tell me about it.
It was really good, actually. Yeah, it was a I met a lot of people that I hadn't met before. Like, I guess they have like a different kind of player group down there from the one that I meet in Paris usually. There's quite a lot of us who came from London. We actually got the train all the way from London to Marseille. It was like 7 hours. Way more convenient than the plane. I didn't do badly. I didn't do great either. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that kind of like mediocre.
Yeah. Like, I didn't really have any strong feelings. I was like, I stayed roughly in the middle the entire tournament. Like, nothing exciting happened. Like, I was just second, third, 1 fourth, and 1 first. But
I thought you won
something
that big
did
hand.
happen. I know. Well, it wasn't even that big. That's how disappointing it was. I got way too excited for something that, you know, for those of you who have spoken to me on Discord, I believed that Jan Peko didn't exist, or you would die immediately after getting it.
Well, I hope you don't die.
And well, I didn't die, luckily, so far.
That's good. Well, you will die eventually, which means you will die after.
Well, I'm not sure if it's the ring and I have to pay into someone else's Jan Peko to become safe or something.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I'm not sure if you can see this.
That actually came out pretty alright. So that's what, 2 Hakus, and then 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. So finished by the second 7, which does make Jan Peko, but not Chitoitsu.
No, so I got
I mean, not that you'd ever score it that way, but you couldn't even if you wanted to.
Yes, I got half flush, Jan Peko, and those those white dragons were Dora.
Well, that's what that's 1 for sumo.
I didn't sumo, unfortunately. I put that in my hand.
Oh.
And I didn't reach.
You didn't reach?
I tell you why I didn't reach, because it was quite clear it wouldn't come out if I reached.
Oh, you went dark. Your phone is.
I did go dark, and also
No, your phone went dark. Like it became.
Well, it's gone now.
1, 2, 3 for the half flush.
Yeah,
3
and then
for the
I worked.
Peko?
Yeah, and I worked out if I took it. If I took it from any of them, because I was at the very bottom, if I took it from any of them, it would take me up to first place.
Oh, okay. So you're just like, forget it. I don't need to worry.
Exactly, because I just needed 8, right? Because it's Byman, right? It's Jan Peko for 3, half flush for 3, 2 Dora, right?
Yeah.
So that gives you Byman, which means there's no point reaching, because, you know, the odds of you hitting it, the Uro Dora, to send you above to San Byman, I mean, you've got to make up another 3 Yaku. Sorry, it's 3 hand before people start.
Yeah, before people get really upset about that. How dare you? How could you?
Typing in
How could
3
you?
hand. So, and at that point, like, and I felt that reaching would endanger me being able to run off someone anyway.
That makes sense.
And you know, if you reach, I feel you kind of need to be anticipating a sumo, and I didn't want a sumo at all, because then I wouldn't have been able to take everyone down, you know, or one individual down as much as I was hoping to.
Bass hum going on here. Oh, I think it's vehicles outside. Managed to hit that one frequency of bass that carried all the way into the apartment. Summer QM says your hand is very cute.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, that was the very last hand of the tournament, though. So I guess that made
finished
up
on a
for,
high note.
Yeah, an unremarkable experience. The experience was great, but my play was unremarkable. If you see what I mean. I did manage to throw into double run as well, which was.
Ooh. Well, that's hard. Oh, double run. I thought you meant double reach.
No.
Double reach is just
double
hard,
reach,
but like, yeah.
No, I shouldn't have thrown into the double run, but you know, I was getting to that point where if I don't make something happen in this tournament, which is the problem always with 2-day tournaments, you know, you get to a point where if I don't really push, you know, on my third or fourth game to get like a first place and get some points in, you're just going to do exactly what I did, just bubble around in the middle, going like, oh, hello.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. I had one of our Watame events, which I did the worst. Everything the worst happened. It's funny because the last one, I only did the best. The last one, I won every game. Literally, it was just first. I just won everything. And this one, I lost everything, just all the time, everything. And it wasn't even like mistakes.
Well,
it was just like.
Well, the rule set you're playing is very lucky. So in case anyone, you should explain what Watame is.
So Watame, we've talked about it before, but we'll talk about it again in case anyone knew.
Recap.
We will recap. So at the point at which you break the wall, the player whose wall was broken doubles their winnings or their payments. So it's like even more strong than being the dealer is to be Watame. And if you're both Watame and the dealer, you double the dealer value, which is insane. So basically, yeah, that was what happened that game, though. That game was like, yeah, that game was like, most of my games were two hands. Because a Watame dealer manga was 24,000 points. And so it would be like I'd lose a little bit, and then it would be dealer Watame manga, done. Bust, over. Except for that one time where I dealt into, and like I think the first time that happened, I was dealing to get Tenpai on like Shosangen.
Oh.
So it was like, you know, and it was in that moment I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I can either take the Shosangen Tenpai, I can be greedy and stay Ishanten on Daisangen, but I'm like, you know what, I'll take the points I've got and not, you know, oh, Gemma has frozen. But I bet she'll come back in a second. Yeah, she's back.
I will come back. Sorry, it's the 20-minute cutoff. I've really got to fix this again.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll take the Shosangen I got. You know, I'll just go with it. And that deal was like, okay, Watame Oya manga. And I'm like, all right, like, like it wasn't even a ridiculously dangerous discard. It was just that's the thing that happened. Okay. And then the next game, I went into reach on a decent hand, and then next time around, dealt a 9-pin, which was the weight for Watame dealer Suanko Tanki. So that happened. So that was what? That was like 96,000 points. Because I don't think they did double Yakuman, so it was like 48 times 2. Yeah, 96,000 points right there, which was just insta-bust. Goodbye. And that just plummeted me. But in my defense, I managed to get out of last place after that. I got one up out of last place. So
well,
that was my goal, to recover from that halfway decently. So that's what happened.
I'm trying desperately to look for something I wanted to add that happened at my tournament was they actually streamed the final table.
Ooh, we should talk about that.
Before,
while you look.
I mean,
let me give it a second while you look.
Oh, look, they've got it on YouTube. They did actually put it on, what do you call it? Twitch, but they seem to have it on YouTube.
Well, let me do our upcoming events. We only have one upcoming event right now, the 2017 Seattle Reach Open. It's July 15th and 16th. It's the WOC qualifier. If you're interested in going, go to https://seattlereach.wordpress.com. That's Seattle Reach, SEATTLERICHI.wordpress.com. You can sign up there. You should go. It's awesome. And Edwin's running it, and he's super cool. And it's WC qualifier, so it's going to be really neat. Do you have that YouTube link? We could paste the YouTube link.
Yeah, I got the YouTube link. So this is the YouTube link for the final table of the Marseille tournament. And if I remember correctly, what they did was they when they did the final table, they halved the points. So when you look at Zayu's points, just imagine it was double that. So I'm not sure how much of a nail-biting final it was for first place, to be honest, considering that.
For those of you watching this, who might be watching this on YouTube, we'll put the link in the video comments, so you'll have it to click on.
Yeah, and yeah, it was. I mean, I haven't managed to watch the whole thing. It is a 3-hour video.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I was in Marseille, and then they came back, and then they had a job to do, and I've been trying to do more WRC stuff, so I haven't been able to watch it myself yet, so I don't have any comments on it. Maybe come back next week, and I'll have some more comments. Okay. But it was really interesting. Their setup was great. They had all of the cameras in the right place, and the lighting, and yeah, it was quite exciting. I'm hope we can see more of that kind of thing, I guess.
Well, we should see it in October, right?
Oh yes, definitely see it in October.
And we're gonna have camera work in October. We're in the middle of doing a lot of the negotiation and legwork for getting all the camera crews like their information and their setup. So it's a joke between us how stressful it's been. But we are going to there will be a camera crew at WRC, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. Someone's gonna be filmed. People are gonna have to sign some waivers.
Everyone's gonna sign some waivers.
It's true. Everyone's gonna. Oh, Shiny Laser notes that they still owe you, Gemma, a massive pile of FF14 pins.
You do.
Speaking of pins, we wanted to make some pins. We should make some pins.
Yeah. So I guess we can talk a little bit about. So we have this film crew who want to come over from Japan to film the final table.
We do.
So it'll be professional level, which will be interesting. I'm not sure whether we can get some top tips to take back to our home countries. I hope so. I hope it's not just something that happens this time and then for the next 3 years we go back to the Dark Ages.
Right.
It's a bit like the Romans coming and teaching the British how to be humans, and then they buggered off. We all forgot. We're like, oh, damn it. Yeah, exactly. Or that time we forgot that lemons fix scurvy.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's probably one of my favorite scurvy stories.
You've really got to wonder how we managed to have an empire.
You just did it. You just used the power of taking other people's stuff.
The power of pure evil, yeah. We harnessed the power of pure evil. It was fairly pure evil.
So should we...
Go on.
Should we do that thing where we play a game of Mahjong and you watch me play and everyone gets mad at me because I do crazy, stupid stuff?
No, I don't like it when it works, though. Yes, fine, let's do it.
Oh, wait. In order to do that, I have to do a thing. I have to share this screen with you.
Oh, yeah, well, so you do that, and I'm going to tell everyone to go to mahjongmovie.com.
Oh, yeah, we should all go to mahjongmovie.com.
And watch it, and if you're a millionaire and would like to invest in our project, please do. I would love to take your investment. Didn't even have to be a millionaire, just someone richer than me.
And this game just started, so
like us on
Facebook. I gotta keep people's names out of it, though. Oh, God.
Yeah.
What is this? Where's my mouse cursor? Here it is. I'll do
yeah,
that.
You can go on Facebook and like Masters of Mahjong on Facebook. That will help us, hopefully, find someone who would be willing to invest in our crazy Mahjong project.
Let the first one go by.
How do I move this? Can I move the video of myself?
I don't know.
Skype. Gosh, why is Skype such a pile of...
Pile of what? I'm sorry. Pile of what?
Nonsense.
Define invest.
Well, because do you know what? My, you know how it shows you your camera back at you? It's just in the right place to hide the discard. Let me.
Shiny Laser's asking about what the magnitude of investment would be dollars wise.
We are looking for £60,000.
Of
£60,000. So I'm not sure what that is in dollars anymore. And
it's about $60,000.
I was about to say, give it a few more days and it might only be $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not actually that much. And I'm guessing we're going to have to look at it from different sources. I mean, so far we've self-funded to the tune of about £10,000.
All right. Let's just.
But at some point the savings run out, and there's only so many times they'll let you remortgage your house. Apparently.
$75,000 says Shiny Laser, and Albirazuko is saying it's probably not layman's money. I mean, it's difficult. It's the kind of thing where it's like if we had a really big crowd, we could crowdfund it, but I don't think we actually have an enormous crowd.
We are talking to a funding group that basically specializes in getting documentaries funded through crowdfunding. Or we could at least maybe crowdfund some of it that way.
That would be interesting.
Oh, Shiny Laser, if you could contribute anything. I mean, the £60,000 is the dream package, if you see what I mean. That means that we can do every single element that we think would add up to making this the best thing that's ever been made ever. But we definitely have contingency plans for, let's say, we only get half of it.
I will also note, just for the record, to describe what's being discussed it is considered like an investment in that you then own a piece of the production. Like this isn't just, please, we hope someone throws money at us for no reason and says, here, use this money and have fun. It's much more about having, owning a piece of it, and then if it's successful, you get return on that investment, which is still a gamble. It's not guaranteed, but it's not quite as.
No, it's not as crazy. And actually, for the pitch documents, Jamie put some work in, and there's several documentaries out there similar to the one we've made that were made on larger budgets. But no, actually, one of them was made on a smaller budget, one was made on a larger budget, but they all made their money back and some more.
Ooh,
so
I do like that.
To be honest, I mean, my aim would be to pay back everyone who put money in. I'm not sure whether they get a return on their investment. That would be, I wouldn't want to promise.
Well, I mean, Abarazuka says like an actual business, but I mean this is a business endeavor. You know, people are trying to make a film. That film would be shown and sold, and thusly people who invest in that will gain, you know, return on that. This isn't just entirely for funsies. Oh dear.
No. Yeah, I mean, Jamie's not, you know, he's not a mahjong player. You know, he wants to make a documentary, and his main goal is to get a feature length documentary out there, you know, for his career, and so he's doing it the proper way, you know. But you know that there's and yeah, Shani Laser, if you want to talk to us after the stream, I can show you the payout scheme. Basically, it gets paid out, you know, so if when we sell it, let's say someone buys it off us for however much. $50,000. Are you doing something silly? Don't do
Well,
that.
no, I just tried to play safe and it said dealt into Honroto Chitoi. Holy crap.
Why didn't you throw the north?
Because I thought it was more likely that it would be the north than the hots.
Okay. But yeah, so basically, you know, depending on the amount invested, it dictates, you know, who gets paid in what order, if you see what I mean. Yeah. It's hopefully an investment.
The crap was that?
So how much did you lose?
18,000? It was like Reach Ipat, Chitoi, Honroto, and I think 2 Dora or 2 reverse.
So what are you going to do now, Mr. Dealer?
Cry because his hand is garbage.
Garbage.
Well, it can take a Dora at least, so maybe I can make something out of it. But I just gotta like charge ahead very aggressively, because otherwise.
9, not the red.
No, red's gotta go.
You'll be sad if you draw another one.
Why? I don't want a cheap hand. I gotta win.
You don't want. No, you just want to. You want to win, and you want to win, and you want to win. You're the dealer.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna throw that 9. Wow.
Of course, because I want the 8-9. So if I get the 7, I have a pair, and I have a 7-8-9, and I can make him nice. You know, Sanshoku, Pinfu, everything, which is not happening.
Different.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work for you. I can feel
Nothing's
it
going to work for me, though. At the end of this hand,
like, why don't you throw that 3? You've already thrown the 1. Why don't you throw the 3? Because if you draw the 2, you're going to be in sad town. You should have kept the 9 and
But
thrown
I'll be sad either way. See?
You see?
I'm just sad. It's just sad.
But you could have had the 9, which would have been more useful in this situation. You really look like I'm telling you off here. I'm pretty sure I saw a kid that was teaching English look like that one.
What?
You're like...
No, the single weight on hots was total. I'm sorry, Abarazuka is saying the single weight on the hots was a crazy tactic. But the single weight on the hots, you needed that for the Honroto. Like, that was actually entirely worth it.
Tell Beruzuko calling me Sanshoku lady. I'll take that.
That's
put that on my. You can put that on my gravestone. That's okay.
Garbage thing that was. And the other thing is, well, to be fair, the player across who called a con then did go into reach, so they got benefit out of it. Like I can't crap on them too aggressively for that. Even though I really want to. Yeah, she's round Peiko lady now. Thank you.
I've been upgraded.
Yeah, she's upgraded herself.
Thanks, Kagaksha.
Alright. Alright. One thing has worked out for me.
Yeah, but the rest is garbage.
Everything will work. Nothing will work.
I don't feel happy about your chances here. Oh dear.
Sure.
No.
I'm gonna believe in myself.
Yeah, no, okay, no, it's not so bad.
You know what's really sad about that, though? You should know it's already. Oh dear.
Yeah, you're in. You're up a certain creek without a pad.
I'm okay. But you know what's sad is my
green dragon.
What?
Why didn't you throw in the green dragon? It's safe.
I'll throw it next.
Why would you throw something that if you draw the 7, you're going to be something?
I don't need to. Don't worry. It's all good.
This time.
This is where my genius comes into play, and I lose differently than I would have otherwise.
Differently,
yeah. I'll just lose for a different reason. Because basically, if I get the 2 or the 7, I'm gonna have to go for it, and then I'm gonna have to deal the 1.
I think you're gonna have to call.
I'm gonna deal the 5.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
This is safe. It's fine. But that means the 5 might be safe.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, that's another 13,000 for that guy. So that puts me not. That puts me only barely in last place. All right.
That guy's scary.
Don't call me. First of all, Alberto Zuko, don't call me an occult player because I'm in no way an occult player.
Sanshoku Ladies Digital. Did you hear that, guys?
Like, that's very, very silly. I'll do odd things, especially when playing online, because it's just playing online. Like, it's not. In my mind, playing online like isn't even like really playing. You're just kind of mucking around because I can't see these people. I can't like interact with them in any real way. I'm just noodling. But no.
Alberto Zuko, I'm glad that you're now seeing Sanshokus everywhere. They really are everywhere.
Sanshokus are
There are
everywhere.
more places than you can see. Like here, I can see a potential Sanshoku. I mean, I know it's reaching, but I wouldn't say no. It could happen.
Yeah.
Mm.
It could happen. 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku could happen. No, Gemma froze. What's the difference? Well, I think when you the real core of a cult was like a real set of very aggressive superstitions, like very like thoroughly unfounded, in my opinion, superstitions. And I think I would say there's probably a difference between what would be considered like a cult play and meta play. Because I'll definitely think about meta. Oh, meta play is like, what do you think the other people at the table want to do? Which means doing things that are not necessarily I can't take that. That are not necessarily statistically maximized, but that are based on what you think is going on at the table. And that's kind of in the middle. But like, yeah, a cult is just like, I'm sure this is my time to get Suanko, so I'll just do it.
Well, if you really want to understand things like Nagare and stuff, like,
You know what?
don't go to a casino, but if you go to a casino, like, just watch how blackjack players talk and play. I mean, it's like the idea that one action could affect the outcome of another action, which has already been fixed. You know what I mean? Like, the shoe is already there. You know, yeah. It's this idea of taking control of luck, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe something good will happen to me. You know what? I'm going to lock this in because I want the ability to take the extra 4. That's just going to be my pair. Because Haku Dora 3 is a valuable hand that I would want to do. Someone give me that stupid 7. Just you throw the 7 now, please. Just do it.
Do it.
That's not what I said to do. Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not ideal, though, is it? Do you only call for the 7?
No, maybe I'll go for Toy Toy. Ah, there goes my Toy Toy chance. I could, though. I could call the 6 and then deal the 8 and then be like, it's Toy Toy time. It'd be really stupid.
And hope for the Dora.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I'm just going to end up throwing to someone who's got something done faster than me.
I don't understand why you called that White Dragon. I don't...
Because I had the potential for 3 more Dora. Like, I might as well do it. Oh, wow. There goes 3, 4, 5.
Yes, I keep forgetting that you're playing a Red 5 game.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. This 6-8 could take in a red if I get one, which is why I'm kind of like, this is worth keeping around. Someone just do the thing that I want you to do.
See, you just not got the Nagare. And this is the problem. You can't just force it like this.
This makes me nervous. I'm just going to do it. Someone's thinking
Sound
and they didn't take it.
Either that or they were like trying to fiddle about with their playlist.
Yeah, come on, just throw something that. Oh. Well.
Oh dear.
Pon.
Well. Tenpai ahoy. How
So
dumb
Toy
is it?
Haku, and 3 Dora.
Yep. If I get it. Oh, I could also win on the. I could win on a few different tiles, actually. Oh, is he gonna take the east?
Lum.
Yep. There was nothing to do because I wasn't about to switch it to the east wing.
Did you just bust out?
I did. It was another dealer manga. The thing is, again, once I was in that position, what else could I have dealt out of that, though?
No one's going to invest in my project if they think that people like you are
I could
involved.
have dealt Dora and held the east. I knew he wanted it, which is just my luck this game. Like, everything everyone wanted. That was so garbage.
You knew he wanted it. Yeah, I guess there's no other.
Well, he sat on it the last time. I think he sat on it and didn't want to. No.
Wait a second, because he threw the 6 before, which is his other weight.
No, it was a 6-man.
Yeah, you threw the 6-man, so he must have only just got that in the last turn. That is unlucky.
How is that possible? It paused on the previous one. For a while.
I said he's checking out his playlist.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, this would have been. It would have gotten me back in the game if I won on the 4.
Or he decided to not take it.
3, 4,
wait for the
6.
east. That'd be pretty cool.
This was a 3, 4, 5, 6 weight actually. This was not the worst weight in the world.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
No,
it's not the best weight in the world. It's not.
No, but at this point, it was like I have to go with it. I don't think trying to hold the east would have been a good play. Because I couldn't have done it without throwing the Dora, which at this point it looked like everyone had interest in.
But you could have thrown the 6
dude.
and just decide not to win.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But like,
Well, the 5 very safe as well. Not very, moderately safe.
Losing Tempai at this point when I'm already far down seems like a bad play, especially if I have a hand this big. Maybe, you know what, this is another thing where it's like and this is something that really actually annoys me, is that there's like a mentality in online play and there's a different mentality in in-person play, and then there's another third mentality in in-person Watame play. And so like the last time I sat down to play was in-person Watame play, where it's like you just do it. Because you can't stop it.
Changing gears. Shinny Laser asks if you want a person to come in. You could do like an East round, if we can get 2 other people to come in.
I want to see exactly what happened there. Yeah.
They're gonna replay it in your nightmares.
No, not my nightmares. I'm curious what happened in that first hand, because it was Reach Ipachitoi. Here, wait. I can show it. I'll share my thoughts with everyone. Without people.
Okay, do you want me to try and find 2 other people to play with you?
If we could, yeah.
You've got Shinny Laser. Does anyone else want to play with Dave? If Gemma's beautiful commentating.
I'm thinking, like, so this comes out. I mean, okay, the North and the Huts were equally safe.
He reached it. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why he did. Well, he got 2 extra Dora out of it, so hey, that's awesome, right? Good for him. How did that? Oh wait, I'm dragging the thing around in the street.
So Araberuzuka, what I mean is where the person whose wall is broken either has to pay double or receives double. So it's just another. It's just down to pure luck, basically. There's nothing you can do to control this.
Yeah, he had a lot of terminals and honors at first, so I think he must have just decided he was going for Kokshi. And, like, yeah, he just ended up drawing pairs of everything.
This never happens to me, I want to point out.
A 5. A 6. The West. Yeah, now he's just like, alright. But now he has 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. He gets the 9 as a pair, and now he's like, alright, well, I guess I'll deal out that 9, and I'll just be Ishanten on this Chitoi.
Bloody hell.
And then he gets Tempai on it, and he sits until one guy goes into reach. The guy where the Hots is absolute safe goes into reach. And thusly, do I deal my Hots, knowing that the guy in reach can't be waiting on it? That's what you do. And
that is beautiful. That is, yeah, I like that.
That's slick.
Although, to be fair, if he hadn't reached, it would have been even more likely to come out.
That's actually true, but
I don't think I'd have thrown out that green dragon personally. Just
what would you have thrown? I guess they could have thrown a 4, 5.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah.
The 5 so is probably safe.
I'm not so convinced about the 5 so.
The
Mostly
5
because
pin.
there's the 5 pin.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's safe on him, but it's not safe on a cross.
It's 2-8, Nakasuji.
No, not when the Dora,
Yes,
he exposed a 4
yes,
Dora.
no, come on, it's a Nakasuji. And look at, like, it wasn't a starting Dora. He's thrown a 3-man. Not likely to be waiting on it.
Wait, a 3-man? Why does that mean not waiting on a 5-pin?
Well, usually you fiddled around, like, so I can't even, when you can go back to where he reached, I presume he drew a 1, which meant he threw out the 3-man.
Let me get this all together.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so then, yeah, so he was thinking he might
he
get the
drew
2.
south.
You have to think, the tile that people throw out to reach on, unless they have been sitting there, waiting, and then they decide to reach, which is why you've always got to be careful in Oikake, that chasing reach, because maybe that means that, the reach itself has made them change their mind about their actions. But that reaching tile should tell you a little bit about what the hand shape was. So that's why tiles around that reach tile are usually a little bit more dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
They should tell you what 1 and the 7 are dangerous ones. So a 2 and an 8.
That thing where they're all staticky and weird.
Oh, I can't help you sometimes. Oh, I see.
Oh, that's better.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you sound fine again.
It's because I keep knocking out my bloody power thing, because I'm an idiot. I know. Education system. Is that okay?
Sigh. Yeah. You sound right.
Okay. Yeah. No. So that's. I feel like with 2 and 8 coming out like that. Yeah, 5-pin is pretty safe. You don't have anything that is totally safe, or you could just throw the force.
The thing is, there's also this guy over here, which made me nervous as well. He wasn't waiting. He was
nervous, yeah.
Because he'd already called something. A con's been called. 4-pin is a new Dora. So why would I throw anything around there when he's obviously going for...
the 5-pin is, again, it is looking quite nice on him.
Why?
Because he's thrown out the 2 directly, because the grey one means he's just thrown it out immediately, right? Which means that he's unlikely to be waiting. It's not perfectly safe. The 7 has come out early, again, which would be unusual if you had something in that shape area. And the 5 is safe on our west. And honestly, even if you decide to try and pull your hand back, just don't give them the ipatsu.
Sure. I mean, this was an attempt to play safe. This was not like me being like, oh, I got to push this hand.
I know, yeah. I can see that it's unfortunate, but...
I mean, and to some degree...
Played you.
No, that's what I was going to say. To some degree, every cool hand someone deals into, it doesn't matter how good everyone at the table is, someone's going to deal into something at some point. There's no avoiding it. And overall, that's a nice hand. There's nothing else I can say about that other than that's a nice hand. Yeah, there's nothing to be done about that. Oh, that was butts. Two awful traps. I guess the only thing I could say about that is seeing his discards.
Apparently I turned into a robot.
Yeah, it should have been pretty obvious that those.
It's like Theresa May, all British people are actually just robots. We haven't let on yet.
Alberazuko asks if there's a term for someone who always tries to wait on honors.
Not one that I know. A jerk.
A jerk. I wish it told you how long the stream has been, because it's just about 4 o'clock here. We could do a quick East round with people if we can get people to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, what were the other outcomes? This outcome was across deals in. Across. My left deals in, not for any very good reason. I guess they were trying to play it safe. We're trying to get rid of the 5s and do that. This guy was waiting on... Ooh, a 3-6 Mon with a Sanshoku on the 3 side.
He's thrown out the 5 because of the 2 and the 8 on this reach.
Yeah, the 2 and the 8 on the reach.
And he's obviously not paid attention to the player who's
Cross
south.
was waiting for 2 or 5 with...
He's not paid. He's only paid...
Tanya Sanshoku Dora Dora. Which is nice.
But you can tell he's only paid attention to yourself and the West player, because again, the 2 and the 8 and the 2 and the 8 in both discard piles. That means that you're playing safe against the dealer and the person who's reached.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's only so much you can do. That's the thing.
Exactly.
With those tiles in hand.
Who's going to anticipate? The power of Sanshoku is sat there waiting to drag you down into the pit of.
If he'd want, the other thing is he wasn't breaking, right? Like,
Mm.
he has only two choices if he doesn't want to break this. It's either the 2-pin or the 5
Mm.
mon. And the 2-pin's Dora, so there's no way he's throwing that. So
Yeah.
it's got to be the 5 mon. He had no other. He
I mean,
was stuck at that point.
really, he's very aggressively called, and I would question aggressively calling like that, to be honest, here, because he's really got himself into a situation where he just has to keep going.
Well, at what point did he do those calls? After the reach. Yeah, that's true. He called earlier, which is like, all right, he's pushing it for Tanya. That's fine. And then after the reach...
I guess he's got 2 Dora, but he hasn't really done anything with that. If he'd have made that first call when he had 2 of the Dora in, then I could understand it a bit better.
Yeah, that's true. This hand was not an exciting hand, and I don't know why he wanted to rush, especially when I was the one who taken the big hit. And this is something that bothers me a lot, and people do this a lot, and they don't think. Like, at the beginning of each hand, you can look at the point totals and get a feel for who actually needs to be doing what. And there's a lot of times I've talked to people after their games and have been like, you know...
I've lost you for a second.
Have you? Am I back? I'm very important. Everything I say is very important. Oh, no, she's going to stutter for a minute and then come back. But I'm going to talk while she's not able to talk. So
I'm back. It's every 15 minutes. It's every 15 minutes. I have to fix it again. No, it's a problem with the OS.
Albert, I want to talk about what you're talking about in just a second. But at the beginning of the hand, you can just look at everyone's points and say, what do we need to do here? There's a guy, the guy to my right has 42,000 points. What does he need to do? He needs to not lose. He's not the dealer. He doesn't need to get any more points. He has a very relaxed game. He can just chill and let things happen as they go. I just got slammed for, what is it, 18,000 points? Yeah, 16,000 points. I just got slammed for 16,000 points. I'm down to 9,000 points, and I'm the dealer. That means I gotta go. I gotta push. It's my turn to push right now. And you should know that at the beginning of the hand. I know I need to push, and everyone at this table knows I need to push. I'm the one they have to watch out for. Now, fortunately for them, my hand is garbage, and you can tell just by looking at my discards that I have nothing of value going on in my hand at all. So they can worry less about me, but it should be in their heads that I'm the guy who needs to push right now. I need to work. And then this guy here on the left, like, he's in second place. He's got 25,000 because across from me had reached last hand. And thusly is down one more. He's in second place with 25,000. Now, it's not a comfortable second place, but he's in it. He doesn't have to push this hard because this is a little hard. And he should just chill out and not do it because it's probably not worth it. Now, Gemma's right. Once he gets that second Dora, then it's like, okay, it's 3 Han, Tanya, Dora, no one else is doing anything. Maybe this is worth making a shove on. But, like, right now, it's too aggressive. There's no reason to be this aggressive, and it gets him in trouble because once that reach happens, he then keeps going after that.
If you want to talk like Occult and Nagade, by making that call, he changed his draws.
He did.
So if you think his draws would have been different, which would mean that then maybe he wouldn't have got himself into the situation and maybe he'd have won.
They might have been. It all could have been different.
It all could have been different.
It could have all been different. It would have all been different. And the 3s, oh, that's so interesting. The 3s are dead. The 3s are dead, and the 6s are almost dead, so across has almost nothing that they can win on. Which is, they wouldn't know that, but looking at it now, it's obvious. So this guy got stuck in his scenario, and then I got stuck here with this ridiculously dumb hand where I couldn't do anything.
Hey, can you just go back one discard? Yeah, just when you discarded the 6.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5.
He is waiting on it. Bloody hell! One cheeky git.
Yeah, what?
And then he waits for someone to throw the east. That's
but
beautiful.
it wouldn't have been valuable. He wasn't in reach. He had nothing. He couldn't win on the 6.
No, that's right. You're right. He didn't reach.
At the point at which I threw the
Still
east,
didn't reach either. He still didn't reach when he threw the 2-pin.
Yeah, when I threw this first east, he could have won. Is that true? Yeah, he could have won on this east right here.
What a strange thing to have done.
Yeah, this is where I knew it. This is where I knew that I hadn't.
Oh,
seen
maybe because he didn't want. No, maybe he didn't want to bankrupt you.
I guess. But then why did he do it later? He could have just let it go.
Well, because then it's the last one, right? I guess.
Well, that's right. I guess he's hoping to nail someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
But then his winning tile comes out from that same unlucky, stupid guy.
He's hoping to soak as many points, which you do see sometimes if people are playing like league games where you can go bankrupt and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll try and suck points off all the people at the table, not just hit one and the bust.
But again, I had to do it because this would have been my big comeback. This would have been it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hanuman would have been sweet. Would have gotten some points. Would have been back up to 21,000 in it to win it. And
So
instead,
Albedo would have been 310, a temporary 310. So that means until he draws his tile, and then he's not.
until his next turn, which he doesn't mind so much because I'm right before him, so he immediately gets ready to rock again. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I.
And you know what? Actually, that the position there is important. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, so letting it go from me is much safer because he risks nothing.
Exactly, because you dropped it, he waves it, takes his tile, loses the temporary 310, and then it's very likely that the south player or the west player here would then throw out the east, thinking it was safe.
Well, not after that ridiculous pause. Like, he really paused way too long on that.
Well, you're relying on people paying attention, which he probably wasn't paying attention to either.
That's true. Yeah, it would have been much worse if he was to the left of me and I'd thrown that east. He probably would have taken it the first time.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't then guarantee that the other two players would not have been able to throw the east themselves. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting metagames. Barazuko mentions there's a lot of interesting metagame here as to how this all works and what the positioning is. Yeah, I got really screwed because I was in the spot where he had absolute right to take or decline my tiles, because he knew that he would never be penalized for whatever his choice was. He'd never get screwed by it. It's interesting. Positions are important.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it when Gemma sits to the left of me.
No, I mean, it is important, when you're thinking about, depends whether you got things like head bumping as well. Yeah. And, again, depending on the skills of the player, like, is the person to the left of you, are they going for it, like, hard? Because that means they're more likely to feed you tiles, which means you can start calling. You
can start going a little harder, too, because they're going to be throwing all sorts of stuff, and you can just be like, nom, nom, nom.
Yeah,
but if
exactly.
they're not, then, you don't necessarily want to get aggressive. And it's actually, honestly, the worst tables, the most annoying tables, are the tables where it's me, and then the person next to me, to my left.
I thought you were going to say it was me, and it was Gemma.
Well, actually, you are an excellent example of this. But, like, where the player to my left is very good. If the player to my left is very good, they won't throw obvious stuff for me to grab ever. If the player across from me is very bad, they'll throw all sorts of delicious things for the player to my left to grab, and then the player to my left will throw me nothing, and then I'll spend all game being sad because I got sat in the wrong place, and someone better got, someone who knew how to take advantage of it got sat next to someone who was able to be taken advantage of. Now, this is not like an every game thing, but every once in a while when you do get a high skill discrepancy, it's a little frustrating when that happens.
But, this is partly why I hate being east first, because that very first hand, you kind of get an idea of what people do, like their play styles, and then the next hand you start getting ready to really play, right?
Yes.
So so basically your dealership is the learning hand, and then it's gone. So you've lost the dealership. You're like, oh, but now I know that this person's a donkey.
Ooh, I love donkeys. One of the things, what I wanted to go back and talk about that Alberto Zucco said is that it feels like a counter meta to wait on unlikely things, since those are the ones who will actually be thrown in the table with digital meta followers. I do think that there is kind of like layers of stuff, where it's like, when people are very good, I can rely on them to take certain things away from what happens on the table, and then having some idea as to what they're going to be taking away from the table, I can rely on them to come up with certain ideas about what they should or shouldn't do, and then at that point I have the ability to try to lay some kind of trap. The most easy example of this is the Suji trap, and this is a very, very basic example. A Suji trap only works if people are looking and paying attention to Suji and then attempting to use it to decide what they should discard. Now, if people don't know Suji, your Suji trap has become, I chose a bad weight, and now no one's going to deal my tile because every tile has an equal chance of being dealt because people are just throwing whatever. It's bad.
I don't think you should try and set up traps for people. I don't think people should try and set up traps for people at this stage.
No, I agree. I will take a Suji trap sometimes if other things inform the value. Like if I have a valuable hand, like in other words, it'll be Sanshoku and also it's a Suji trap.
There are some players,
like, okay,
in the professional level who are hiding what they're doing, and they're doing it effectively as well. Mochizuki in JPML, he, like me and Garth watched one game where he managed to hide that he was going for Chitoitsu so beautifully. I just, how'd you do that? It was amazing. And, like people will discuss how to hide that you're going for a half flush, things like that. So,
Ooh, hiding a half flush is something a lot of people could use to learn.
but I don't think at this point, at least if you're playing against Western players, we can worry too much about it at this point.
I think if I had to give people a recommendation, it would be awareness over technique. In other words, doing Suji traps because you read somewhere or someone said, maybe even on this podcast or stream, that Suji traps are cool things that catch people, probably not really worth your time, actually. But what is definitely worth your time is watching the people at your table and trying to get an idea as to what they tend to do. And just think about it. Just think about it a lot. And
I mean,
it's an experimental
if
game.
you've created an inadvertent Suji trap before in your discard piles, then reach it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, if it happens, reach it. But I also wouldn't reach for the tile that creates your Suji trap.
Really?
And not if you're playing WRC, and not if you're playing Japanese players. I think.
Oh no, not against that.
It's too transparent. If you reach on your Suji trap, everyone knows that that's the danger tile. Everyone knows that means something has changed that gave you that push. Whether for whatever reasons, whether it's you've got a higher value hand or whatever.
No, against the Japanese, just watch and see what they're doing, and just absorb as much as you can, because there's a lot of interesting stuff you'll see them do. But I think just trying to be aware, because there is a meta at your table. Every table you sit down at, there are 4 people. There's a meta. A meta is going to exist. And pay attention and experiment. You can experiment with things. Go ahead. It's an experimental game. Play as many hands as you want. Try stuff. I would not right now focus on specific techniques you think are like tricks to winning, because it may be, or it may not be, or it may rely on everyone else being at a certain skill level, which they might be below or they might be above. Says, isn't Honitsu ridiculously easy to tell, though? I think it depends on what you're talking about. There is, and we've all encountered them, a type of player, a type of player that will get their hand, and they will say, I have N tiles of the same suit, where I really, really hope N is above 6 or 7, but sometimes it's not even. And thusly, I am doing Honitsu. And you can start with a very aggressive Honitsu. You start by discarding middle tiles of the other suits. Like, I'll do this sometimes just to mess with people a little bit, is to aggressively discard middle tiles of certain suits so that they think that I'm just done with that suit and maybe even doing a Honitsu. And that leads them to start potentially restricting themselves. But again, this relies on them being skilled enough to recognize it and try to counter it. You mess around with people and see how they react. But you don't necessarily have to be that aggressive about a Honitsu. A Honitsu can be something that kind of evolves over the course of your hand. Where, I started out with 5 tiles in this suit, so okay, and now I got 6, and now I got 7.
See, I think maybe you're thinking about it a way I wouldn't think about it, which is British for I think you're wrong.
You could just say that.
I think it should be more when you decide to go for Honitsu, it should be whether you've got good shapes in your hands. Like, assume, especially if you are going to WRC, or if you're playing against high-level players, assume you'll probably have to draw it yourself. So if you have a potential for a good shape, like a 3-sided weight or something in a certain suit, because the shapes are good, then it's a good time to go. I don't think you can really easily hide a Honitsu. I mean, it's possible, but again, if you've already got your shapes locked in, then you can throw the outliers out in that suit anyway. Do you see what I mean? So it's not about the number of tiles you have in that suit. You really have to focus on the shapes you have. Are they, have you created some good shapes? Is there a likelihood to have a 2-sided, a 3-sided, or maybe even a 4-sided weight,
But I do also think it's valuable to defer calling. I mean, at the point at which you've called 2 sets from one suit, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
Oh, don't call them. Don't call
everyone
them.
calls their Honitsus, though. Come on, that's how we do them, right?
Don't call your Honitsus. Unless it's a Dora tile, don't call it. Only call for Dora and Yakuhai, value honors.
Where is the value?
Where is the value?
Where's the value?
Come on, Americans. Yeah, once you've done that, then maybe you can start. But I wouldn't do it again until it was putting me into Tenpai.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The very direct Honitsu player just starts by flushing an entire suit from their hand and calling as aggressively as possible anything in the other suit. And that is such a dead giveaway to everyone else at the table what you're doing. And at that point, No one else at the table should be dealing that suit. Just ever. Unless it's to get Tenpai on a Yakuman. Just don't do it. If you do it, you're not doing a good thing. You're basically handing value to someone else for no reason.
I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi on and off again quickly because I'm up to my 15-minute mark.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Gemma.
Yeah, I preempted you, Skype. Screw you. I've evolved.
Oh, man. Yeah, we've talked a lot. We talked a lot of stuff.
About what? You managed to play 3 hands?
Yeah, I managed to play 3 hands of Mahjong, and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, and WRC stuff, and... Yeah, I managed to lose
I don't know
terribly.
if we have any EMA players on here.
Do we have any EMA players? Do we have any EMA
Because there should be... Do we have a breaking news ticker tape?
No, we don't. I'll have to make one. Maybe I can make one really quick. I'm going to do this. We're all going to do this together. We're going to add text, and it's going to say... No, I got it.
You're doing it.
I'm trying to
You're doing it.
It's going to say
Can they say breaking news?
And then we're
Gemma
going to make
impeached.
it... Gemma impeached. Yeah, but this doesn't, like, work. Now it's going to say breaking news going across... Can I make it go faster? Wait, can I make it... I want to make it... Let's go faster, yeah. Oh, now it says... breaking news. Okay,
I might say your ticker tape antics broke Skype.
Oh, wow,
yeah, look,
really?
breaking news. Oh, that's awesome.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
It's like we're back in the 90s. I don't think I've seen that since like a GCSE project.
Can I make it smaller? Oh, I can. Oh, now it's going really fast. Now it's all breaking news, breaking news.
No, it's going too fast. No, bigger was better.
Hold on, wait, I'll just make it smaller.
Yeah, that's too...
I'll make it slower. Now it's slower. Now it's good. All right, we got break. What is the breaking news? Tell us the breaking news. This is
breaking news is EMA emailed me.
Oh.
So EMA did have 60 seats for WRC,
dun, dun, dun.
but they now have 10 extra seats.
Ooh, 10 extra
So,
EMA seats.
Those of you who are sitting on waiting lists might be happy, or you might not be happy, depending on where you're sat on that waiting list. But basically what it looks like is that all of the countries up until France, Denmark, Russia, Germany, Netherlands, Poland, Great Britain, Austria, Slovakia, France, that's it, and France get 1 extra seat each.
Really?
Yep, and then the redistribution queue will go down, if I am correct. It will start... and then the redistribution queue goes Russia, Germany, Netherlands, Poland, UK, Austria, Slovakia, France, Sweden, Ukraine, Finland, Czechoslovakia.
Huh. That's a lot of countries.
That's a lot of countries.
You're also frozen camera-wise. You're stuck.
Well,
I'm stuck in the moment.
Nonsense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that ticket nonsense. That just broke everything. That was too much for Skype.
Well, we have your face. It looks like you're here.
That is stuck.
But...
Why is it stuck? I look really weird.
I don't know. That's exciting news. We got more seats. Oh, here we go. Hi.
Now I'm more like not high res.
It's all right. You'll get back to your normal resolution later. You're all blocky.
Your skin's looking very good at the moment.
What? I mean, it's looking pretty normal. I look like normal human. It's because I started with this natural light thing. I learned that natural light, that apparently bathing yourself only in monitor glow makes you look pallid and unhealthy, and getting some natural light on you leaves you looking like an adult human being who is not about to die of jaundice and some kind of terrible plague. So I opened my window up a little bit, and now there's some natural light coming in, and it works for me, for my body.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, but I think we have actually hit our time. It's been like about an hour.
It's been about an hour.
We should find a way to do more stuff, but we'll talk about that with everyone later.
Yeah, I mean, both of us are super busy at the moment.
Yeah, WRC has been taking up a huge amount of time. But I think what we might end up doing is figuring out how to make some kind of coalition of people. There's a lot of people who are interested in doing streaming and broadcast programming, and so we're going to maybe try talking with some of them and seeing what we can do with them to just have more content for everyone, because we're getting more and more subscribers. Our subscriber count is up.
Grant did the Seneca, or Troll of Nova, whoever he's going.
Yes.
He did the what do you call it? The talking for the
announcing. He's doing the announcing, yeah.
He did the commentating for the Marseille tournament, so
Yes.
give him some support. The boy needs it.
Yeah, go watch the Marseille tournament again.
Don't
We'll
need it.
put it in the YouTube video liner notes, but we sent it to you in the chat. It's a super cool broadcast from a super cool tournament done by super cool friendos. But anyway, Tomo. No, I say friendo. You can say Tomo. Tomos.
Tumu.
It's your British
Like
Japanesiness.
Tomodachi.
Tomodachi. I'm just making fun of you. I'm sorry. I'm being a jerk. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back next week, and we're working on more Mahjong, more fun, and more news about WRC, because we're going to be taking a trip out there, and I promise you 100% that we will be taking photos on that trip that we will be able to bring back and share to you over the next couple weeks. So,
Photos of us?
Maybe. In exotic Mahjong locales.
In our swimsuits?
No. I mean, if that's your choice for you. I'm not going to say no. I can't control you.
No,
so
I don't think
I
don't think I'm beach body ready.
I am. Can't you tell? My rippling abs are just barely concealed beneath this thick layer of fat. So.
So basically, I'm terrified of the sun and getting sunburned. So we'll go to the pool, fully clothed.
Just sit there and order food by it the whole time. It's a beach body ready prep program. All right, with that, thank you everyone for watching. We will see you next time. And until then, play more Mahjong. We'll have a report from USPML tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's outro music time.
Well, you still haven't got outro music for us.
I know, I gotta hire someone to make us music.
You gotta hire someone? Can you just get some generic
What am I
stuff?
gonna do with music? I don't know anything about anything. I'm stupid.
Just pay